Alright, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the name of the Father, the Heavenly Father, the Creator of the heavens and earth, and Yahweh Shai being the name of who the world eagerly called Jesus Christ, the first begotten Spirit, the Son of Man. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, that's teaching the truth and sincerity. And shalom to the elect that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, the 1/3. I want to start a series called Israel doeth not know, my people do not consider. Or I'm going to shorten it down, my people doeth not consider. Because when you think about it, man, you know, meditating upon the Lord day and night. Like, yo, we got it easy, man. Yo, we got it easy. And why I say we got it easy, because we only go out to camp once a week. You know, other brothers go out twice a week. And you're only required to do shows twice a week. I mean, 2 shows a week. You know? And Jake can't even do that. Jake can't even do that. When this is why I named the show my Israel do not, my people don't consider, because back in the days, during the times of the disciples and the prophets, this was an everyday thing. This is an everyday thing. Their profession was being a watchman, a seer, a prophet. And I want to go into the scriptures to back up this topic, man. Because you don't consider that you got it easy, man. You only go out to camp once a week, you know, for a certain amount of time, 6 hours, 5 hours, out of a damn out of a whole damn week, 7 days a week. You only go out to camp once a week, for 5 hours, 6 hours, or however much time you go out there, and you're only required to do shows which can range from 5 minutes to 20 to 30 to X amount of minutes, and you can't even do that. Compared to the prophets and the apostles that was doing this every day of their lives. And Jake, you know, it's kind of vexating, man. It's vexating. This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and follow thee. When Peter said we forsaken all, they literally forsaken all, man. They literally. This wasn't figuratively. They literally left everything that they was doing, man. And Jake today still go to work, still, you know, doing their thing, you know, still taking care of their families, still tending to whatever business they got to tend to, and only go to camp once a week. So really, man. And guess what? We still could get the kingdom, man. Jake only go to camp once a week, and the kingdom is still set for us, man. Compared to the men that was doing this every day of their lives. So it says, Peter said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and follow thee. What shall we have therefore? Because Peter wanted to know, you know, damn Lord, you know, we gave up our families, our jobs, and everything, you know, for you. What are we going to get? You know, basically, we're suffering. According to this world, we're suffering. What are we going to get in turn for following you, for doing this work, for laboring? And Yahweh Shai said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which follow me in a regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in his throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So Yahweh Shai promised them, which Yahweh and Yahweh Shai word is definite, okay? He said, if you follow me in the next life, the life to come, which is the kingdom of heaven, not now. You're not going to get the glory now, But in the kingdom to come, in the empire to come, you're going to be sitting on 12 thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So guess what? We got to get our hands dirty. We got to work. We got to labor for the next life. Just like Jake labors today, so they're not laboring, you're not working for your check now. In this world's terms, you're not working for your check now, you're working towards your retirement. You're working towards your retirement, you're working towards your pension, you're working for your Salaki, it's escaped my mind, but you're working for your pension, you're working for your retirement. So the men of the Lord, you men that serving the Lord today, you're working for your retirement, which is the kingdom of heaven. You working for your day off, your break, okay? Your big paycheck, which is the kingdom of heaven, which is you storing your treasures up in heaven. Jake is storing up their treasures towards their pension, but you brothers are storing up your treasures towards the kingdom of heaven. That's your pension. That's your retirement. Because we have no rest in this world. And which you know tons of scriptures on that. Brothers know tons. This is not our rest. This is not the place for our this is not our kingdom of heaven. This is not our rest, but this is our hell. This is our captivity. And for the Jake that do have wealth and riches in this world, you still got curses upon you. So you can't even enjoy your wealth and riches because you got curses from the Most High that's upon you. Alright? So it says, everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. You got brothers, you men, okay? You still taking care of your families. You still taking care of your mothers, your fathers, your brothers, your sisters. You still taking care of your land. If you're a landlord or you helping your family with the house, you still taking care of your mother or your father which is sick, your brother and sister which are sick. You still doing that. So really consider the matter, man. Consider the matter. The disciples, they left their families and their homes. But you brothers are still doing those things, and guess what? The Lord's still having mercy upon you, man. The Lord is having mercy upon you. You still able to do those things and still go out to the highways and byways one day a week and do 2 shows a week for a couple of minutes. You know? Really consider the matter, man. Are y'all really forsaking all? You know? This is Luke. Luke, Salakia, New Bible. Luke chapter 14, verse 33. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he have, he cannot be my disciple. Okay? I'm going to read it again. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he have, he cannot be my disciple. Alright? Because that's what Yahweh Shah is looking for, sacrifice. That's what the men of the Lord did. They sacrificed. Okay? They had everything that we had. They had families. They had places to live and things of that nature. And you guys saw the men, you know, the men of the Lord, everything that y'all brothers are going through, the men of the Lord went through, man. Because we're the same men coming back. But really consider the matter. The disciples forsook all. They literally gave up everything and followed Yahweh Shah. Peter was in the middle of working. Peter and James was in the middle of working. And Yahweh Shah said, follow me. And they dropped what they was doing. They left their jobs and followed Yahweh Shah. But y'all brothers are still able to work, and still, because we under grace and we under mercy. But y'all only got to go to camp once a week and do some shows for a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds, and y'all can't even do that? Really consider the matter, man. Really consider it, man, about forsaking and sacrificing. You know, where's your heart at, man? And I harp on these shows because Jake really, you know, their minds is elsewhere. They're distracted by this matrix. They're distracted by the woman in the red dress. You concerned about, you know, all the wrong things, man. All the wrong things. All right? But it says, so likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he have, he cannot be my disciple. So if your heart can't forsake, if your heart, meaning your mind, if you can't suffer, or you're not prepared for suffering, you shouldn't be in this thing. If you ain't prepared to be a loser according to this world, you can't be in this. You can't be in this faith. You can't be in this truth. When you read Hebrews 11 chapter, you know, and you read about the men of the Lord, the men that served Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they was losers, man. They was outcast. They was persecuted. They was everything that was against the status quo. So if you ain't prepared for that, you're not built for this faith. And I'm not saying that every man is going to be prepared, but that's why it boils down to who's the elect or not. All right, it boils down who's the elect or not. Because if for the brothers that's a part of the elect, they're going to get prepared. The Lord's going to put the spirit on them to bear whatever they got to go through. You know, Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. So this is a reasonable service, man. You sacrificing your desire, you sacrificing what you really want to do. That's a reasonable service, man. That's the thing that's necessary, that's required of a man of the Lord. And if you ain't ready to give up, this truth ain't for you. Plain and simple. This truth ain't for you. Plain and simple, man. It's kind of vexating, you know, and I know every brother got their own challenge and their own battle and their own thing that they gotta grow in this faith. But you gotta prepare your soul for temptation when you come to serve the Lord, man. You gotta prepare to be a loser, outcast, a bum, and all the other things that that's not according to this world. All right, count the cost, man. Yahweh Shah said the kingdom of heaven is for us, and He's preparing it for us. And all you got to do is go out once a week and do a couple of shows, compared to what the disciples and the apostles was doing. Philippians 3. And 5. It says, circumcised the 8th day, the stock of Israel, the tribe of Benjamin, and Hebrew of the Hebrews, as touching the law a Pharisee, concerning zeal persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law blameless. But what things were gained to me, those I count loss for Mashiach. Alright? Paul counted all the things that he did was considered to be righteous. He counted loss, man. He counted as nothing. So in terminology to brothers that serving the Lord, whatever the hell you did in the world, that shit don't mean nothing. Whatever you doing in society, that shit don't mean nothing. Only thing that matters is serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in fear and trembling, and loving your neighbor as yourself, and feeding the flock. That's the only thing that matters. It says, yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Mashiach Yahushua, my Lord, from whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach. So Paul forsaken all. He forsaken all the things he found credible. The disciples, which later became apostles, they forsook all so they can win Yahushua. Okay? So really consider the matter, Akim. You know, y'all got it made. You got it made, man. You got it made. You got it made. Being a seer, being a watchman is our profession. That's something that we're supposed to do, right? That's just like you work for Esau, that's an everyday thing. But the Most High had mercy to the point where all you have to do is go out on the highways and byways, you know, once a week. If the Spirit is on you more than that, all right, and do a couple of sit-down lessons. And guess what? You can receive the kingdom of heaven. Of course, you know, rehearse the righteous acts to your best ability, keep the high holy days, and love your neighbor as yourself, be charitable. Of course, all those things partake in your salvation and righteousness. But consider the course, man. Look at what the apostles and the disciples and the prophets of old. Isaiah had to walk around butt naked. Ezekiel had to eat a cow's dung. Come on, consider the matter, man. What you're really going through compared to what the prophets of old are going through. But with that, I hope you was edified. Till next time, I say shalom.